What's up, everybody? Pastor Charles King, Lady Bev. You see who's driving today? Bev is driving, and we don't own the copyrights to none of this music, so anything you hear on here, we don't own it. We just playing it, and that is Ty Tribbett. I don't know who wrote it, but that's not ours. We don't own it. Anyhow, Tuesday live drive with Bev and Charles.
Drive live.
Drive live, yes. And we're running a little late. Obviously, a couple times we tried to connect. It didn't work, but whatever. We are here, and we are going to talk today about being secure in relationships. Mm-hmm. Bev and I will have 10 years of marriage in April of 2020. 10 years of marriage. So we are by far not experts.
No, we're not.
So we aren't going to try to play that. But we do have a pretty good relationship. And
we do?
Yeah. It takes being secure in your relationship in order to navigate in this season. Y'all know that.
Ooh.
What's up, everybody? Good.
Hey.
We got some people on here already. Charlene, is that Charlene? Yes. You just drive, girl, because I don't want to. We ain't getting to know. You drive this car.
Look.
And y'all see she's driving really fast. And the police officers live right by her.
Anything.
God,
they can't see
help
how
us, Jesus. Help us. Anyhow, so being confident and secure in your relationships. So, I'll say this. If you over 30 years old, you've probably been hurt by somebody. Somebody that messed you up in a relationship, you done messed somebody up. Most of us have gone through that. We're at that age, where you got some baggage. So if you over 30, you probably got a little baggage that you're carrying around. And so with that being said, you build up these insecurities. I know I did. I personally had some insecurities when Bev and I got married 10 years ago.
What insecurities did you have?
I really didn't want to trust nobody. I really didn't want to believe that I could be in a relationship in a way. I always wanted a relationship, wanted family and all that, but I went through these insecurities because of, just baggage that I was carrying around.
Can everybody hear us okay? Because the windows are down, and the air's blowing, so I don't know.
I think they can hear us.
Okay, cool.
So, if you can hear us, put a whole bunch of hearts up real quick. Everybody that's checking us out.
Just give us hearts anyway.
Give it anyhow. So, I think they can hear us. Let's see here. Fox is on there now. Anyhow, so in the relationships, I realized that you have to have security in yourself. You have to be secure in yourself, and you have to be secure in what you bring to the table.
Most definitely.
As a man, you got to bring something to the table to have security. Because if you ain't bringing that to the table, sex ain't gonna hold it too long.
Nope.
It might get you going for a few months, 6 months, but after a while, that's gonna get a little tired, and then they're gonna say ain't no bills paid, ain't no food to eat. So you got to bring something to the table to bring that security to the house. And then one thing that I know for sure is real, sincere, genuine love goes a long way.
A long way.
It goes a long way, as well as being a provider and all those things that a man needs to be. So my wife has a totally different experience. I'm going to let her talk for a few minutes so I don't eat up the whole thing.
Okay, what experience am I talking about?
No, just being secure in your relationship. So,
being secure in a relationship. Okay, so this was the angle that I was coming through. This is where I thought we were going to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so previous to me meeting Charles, and I still do, got a lot of male friends. I've got brothers. I'm cool with being around guys. Break.
Yes, Lord, help us, Jesus.
I'm good. I'm used to being around guys, so it was important for me to be with a man who was not insecure, who was secure in himself with me having male friends or just being cool with guys. And so it's been an absolute blessing.
I see you driving this week. Shaka Khan!
It's been an absolute blessing to meet a man who is secure in himself and is just cool with me having the vibe that I do with guys.
Let me give it some backtrack though.
Yeah, do some
I
backtrack.
have 4 sisters. All my sisters in different ways showed me different things about women that I desperately needed to know. And they don't even probably know that they did. But one of them is fun and outgoing. The other one was tomboyish. The other, I got one that's smart and sassy, and one that's just flat out cool, can do all kind of stuff, real charismatic. But I learned something from all of them. The type of guys that and they all married now. The type of guys that they gravitated towards were guys that were secure with themselves. They were able to handle themselves. So seeing them grow up and see the type of guys that they was looking at and what they was goo goo gaga over. Y'all see we hitting every bump on the highway now. Jesus help us, Lord. Knowing that kind of gave me a little bit of an edge up in some areas. Even though I'm not fully perfect, I'm not claiming to be an expert in any of that. So you can carry on from there, man. You grew up around guys, your brothers.
Yeah, I grew up around guys. I vibe very, very well with guys. I just do. Not that I don't like females, but females, you know how you can be. You can be catty and all the rest of it. So I vibe very, very well with guys. Some of you guys that are watching, you know that when I see you, some of you pastors as well, I know it's throwing you off. Like when I see you, I was like, yeah, what's up, what's up, what's up? And we do the whole hand dapping thing and do all of that, right? I like to be playful or whatever, and it throws them off because I think most guys are just like, it's not that I'm being mannish or anything like that. I'm just, I vibe, I'm cool. So, yeah, we hit it off really well, and like I said, it was important for me to be with a man who was secure in himself and secure. Not that I'm like going out of my way to talk to my guy friends, but he doesn't have a problem. I'll be on the phone, I'll be talking to one of them, he'd be sitting right there. I don't have anything to hide. I think that's the key thing, right? Trust. Right?
True trust has to be there, because she had one guy that I was like, man, I'm about to sharpen my paws up. About to get these paws out. And it was somebody we both knew very well. And a very close friend. Okay. But I thought, maybe something, and I wasn't thinking it was her. Absolutely. But I was thinking, maybe this dude about to try something. And it wasn't that at all.
Absolutely
it wasn't that at all. Matter of fact, it was just a cool vibe. And after I got over myself and realized, Jesus, take the wheel.
Stop playing, man.
Oh, God, help us, Lord.
Exaggerating.
So, once I got over myself and kind of realized what was transpiring, I had to think back how we met. Because how we met, she ministered to me. She kind of brought me up from a bad place and kind of really spoke life back into me. So
there was a lot of conversation.
Yeah, 3 years.
A lot of conversation.
3 years of conversation. And
like I said, being with brothers and having male friends, I get the male mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And actually adding on to that now, the work that I do now, I work with 90% men.
Yeah.
And had he not been secure with himself, probably would have been a problem when I got that job.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 90% males. The guys that I deal with, a lot of them have been incarcerated. Some of them actually are still incarcerated. What else? Some of them have been drug users. Where are we? I don't know where we are. I've got to loop around. Okay.
She's driving on the wrong side of the road. She's from England, y'all. Help us, God. Help us, Lord. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. She's right, though. A lot of the guys that she works with on any given day could probably they could go off and do all kind of stuff. They got backgrounds. But you know what? God has her in that position to speak life back into them. She did that for me, and she's doing the same thing with them. Some of them are great guys. They're great guys, great people that have just
some of them have actually come to our church. It's been actually pretty interesting how it's all unfolded. It's definitely a God thing. And the beautiful thing about it is I've come home because all of what I do is very, very new to me. So I've come home and been sharing, you know, this is what's happening with this guy, this is what's happening with that guy. Some of them have started coming to church, and the beautiful thing about my hubby is he's embraced them, and because he knows ain't nothing going on.
Right.
I ain't doing anything with them. Absolutely not. Would never dream of doing anything like that. So
and the shoe is on the same, you know,
the shoe is on the same foot.
In my world, yeah, I guess that's the term I can use. In my world where I work, I'm the only guy. You know, I'm like one of two guys in the whole of the company. So it's all women that I work with, pretty much predominantly women servers, banquet captains, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, I ain't gonna say that every day is good and these women ain't, all the women are just cool and on the up and up. Some of them are out for some different things. But guess what? They can kind of tell by the way that I carry myself, ain't none of that happening.
That's key.
Yeah.
The way you carry yourself is key.
Yeah.
Also, knowing your spouse. Knowing your spouse. We know each other. We're really cool with each other. I think we can say,
Yeah.
sometimes I go, you know what? At the end of the day, we all have eyes, right?
Yeah.
You know what you like, you know what you're attracted to and stuff like that. We all have eyes, we can see. Sometimes we play games with each other where I see a chick and I'm like, you see her over there, you see her, look.
But you know what? It's true though. At the end of the day, I am a man, she's a woman. We're gonna see people that we see and they gonna be fine. It ain't like I'm trying to get with them or nothing. It ain't like I'm trying to get their phone number or meet up with them. But they fine. And guess what? Have your fleeting moment. Look, this dude up the street from my house. This dude, muscle bound.
Oh, that was funny.
This man is cutting his grass with his shirt off. I was like, man, I'm about to go over here and talk to Cuz, because, you know, he got my girl driving like this.
I was not like that.
She wasn't that bad. She wasn't that bad.
I was not.
But still, the dude is cutting his grass like that. So after I got thinking about it a little bit, I was like, man, I don't care what that dude's doing. You know, I'm taking care of my love in my house, doing what I need to do. If he got more muscles than me, hey, I got the same muscles. They just hidden.
They hidden.
Mine are just hidden.
They're hidden.
But that's kind of how you have to look at it. And I'm at a point where I really do feel like if we keep expanding and keep growing and have more years and time together, our relationship is going to get stronger.
Almost
It'll
definitely
get better. Things will pick up.
It has done.
Yeah.
Years ago, we couldn't have been doing this.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. We would have been arguing all over the place.
Oh, yeah. So in 10 years, almost 10 years, God has definitely done a work. And I'm praying that God gives us another 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years. And then we can really do something to really help somebody, encourage somebody. But I think the biggest problem in any relationship when it comes down to having insecurities, one of the biggest problems is not having open communication.
Yep.
And then people will they say they have open communication, but sometimes it's like, what you talking about? Why you asking me that? I wish you would. Boom, boom. You know how y'all girls do it. It's like, I wish you, you know. I know how y'all get down. But listen, if a guy asks, it's probably best that you just tell him. See, y'all women can read into some things. Like my wife can tell me when a woman is like, really, she ain't said nothing, but she's saying something. And I don't pick up on that type of stuff all the time. But if I feel like a guy is coming to my wife and I ask a question, I just want to ask that real quick. You know, just ask that real quick. Is this cool? You cool? All right, as long as you cool, I'm all right with it. Because I know my wife can put a guy in check real fast, faster than a hurry.
Quickly.
So I ain't even bothered by that part of it.
I do it all day, every day. All day, every day.
No problems with that at all.
Yeah.
What's up there? Dee Dee Merritt.
Hey!
The Merritts. What's up with y'all? So we just kind of talking about it, being secure in your relationship. So another thing that I'm finding out too that makes relationships real strong is being able to be open with all the stuff that you have on your plate. Like if I know Coco Chanel is gonna drive my wife crazy, I'm not gonna go buy her no Coco Chanel. You know, my last boo bought me that Coco Chanel. I'm not trying to do that. I'm gonna try to keep her happy and keep her on the up and up. And if I know I'm doing something that's driving her crazy from her past, I might have to adjust a little bit. You know, I have to change up my strategy, my plan to live peaceably with my wife. It's just how we have to do it. You have to know your wife and know how your wife works. And I'm still
Do you
learning.
have biblical context for what you're talking about?
Yes.
Give me the biblical context.
It says that you should know your wife. You should live with them peaceably. I can't tell you the exact scripture and stuff like that.
Why you don't know the scripture?
I'm not going to be able to, bam, just pop it up like that. But it's just certain things that you have to know when you're living with a woman. And I'm learning, not just living with a woman, but married to a woman. I'm learning every day is new and different things with my wife. And I'm finding out too that things that I used to like 15 years ago, please don't do that. Don't do that.
I say to people all the time, you're always evolving, you're always changing, and if you can't evolve and change and allow your spouse to do the same, and I don't know where I'm going.
Church.
If you can't allow your spouse to evolve and change, it's an issue. That's my phone going.
All right, somebody trying to call us. We may or may not be able to answer that.
That's going to be a negative.
All right, so what I'm saying too is I'm evolving every day. I'm changing every day. God only knows. I have to, because if I don't, I'll be stuck. I'll be stagnant. I'll be boring. Nobody want to be around me because I've been doing that for the last 65 years. You want to have somebody that's evolving and growing. And I'm finding out too that because of my past experiences, I can't let my past experiences hold me to what I'm currently in.
Right.
Because to be truthful with you, my wife actually used this statement quite a bit when we were talking over those 3 years. She said, every relationship you've been in, you accepted it for a reason.
I did say that, didn't I? That was very smart of me.
You did. Every relationship that we are in,
it's true.
We accept it for one reason or another. So whatever that reason may be, we accepted it. If you were a deadbeat dude or a deadbeat dad, you opened yourself up to that for a reason. If you with a good guy or a good girl, you opened yourself up for a reason. So there's no relationship that's not going to help you to explore yourself, to understand yourself, and to tell you where you were at that moment.
Oh my goodness, it's like they're mirroring some of the stuff that you hate about your spouse or that you dislike about your spouse. Maybe it's something that's actually in you.
Yeah.
And it's showing up in them, and it's probably something that you need to really check yourself on and work on.
Right.
Why is what they're doing irritating you? Why?
It's true. It's true. And then I have to really check myself, because I look back and I'm like, man, thank God I wasn't with that one or I wasn't with this one. But hey, I opened up the doors for those relationships, so I have to look back and say where I was at that particular time. And it's not always at the best place when you're dating. Especially when you don't know what you want. You can't be secure with somebody when you don't know what you want or what you're looking for.
You just said a mouthful right there. Just honestly, knowing what you want. What do you want?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a Eric Thomas. What do you want? What do you want, Eric? Right? You've got to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, guess what? You're just going to pick up anything.
Yeah.
You're just going to settle for anything. And I got to a stage, sorry, babe. Yeah. I got to a stage when I met Charles where I really wrote down what I was looking for, what I wanted. And I was like, if it doesn't show up, then keep it moving. To the left, to the left. Yeah.
And I realized, too, that the reason why I opened up to certain things is because I didn't know what I wanted, and I was open for anything, and I tried to make people that were size 6 wear a size 15.5. You know, I want you to put this shoe on and you better walk straight in this mug. I'm trying to make you do something that you are not equipped to do, and it's really bad. But listen, y'all, this is just the start of our conversation. This is Tuesday Drive Live. Yeah, make sure I get that right.
Tuesday Drive Live.
With Bev and Charles. We don't want this thing to be too long, but if you have any questions for us, any comments, anything like that, make sure you get all those questions and comments to us. I must have had some on me.
Yeah, you did. I couldn't let you go out like that.
Get those questions and comments to us, and we will talk to you more about it as we go. So we love y'all.
Love
Peace.
You.
We got
I can't give a face to
Oh, so we
have an intruder.
Listen, we blind, so ain't no.
Yep. So we done, y'all. Tuesday Live Drive. We love y'all. Peace. Next week, 7 o'clock.
If you got any content for us to talk about, let us know. Drop us an inbox or something. Topics that we could talk about, and let's talk about them.
All right. We talk to y'all soon.
See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.